roll. Hey guys, I got a cool one this week. We're going to do another historical trip. Today's a good day to do one on the Daisy Model 25. Here's my 25. I got it on sale, new but in damaged condition. The sight had broken off. It's fixed. Here is the Daisy Model 25. This thing has been around for all practical purposes since 1911. I just got to tell the story. Great stories come from Cass Howe's book on the Daisy Company when it was in Plymouth, Michigan. His dad was a guy by the name of E.C. Howe. The story starts with the St. Louis connection. E.C. Howe, or Ed Howe, the president of the company at the time, he gets a letter in December of 1911 from this guy, Charles Lefevre, in St. Louis, saying, "I have designed and built a model of a pump-action air rifle which I would like to have you see with a view towards its manufacture." And this is a blind offer to a company president saying, "I got this gun that you need to manufacture." There's a look at Mr. Lefevre and his Model 25. Quote, it said, "My credentials include the fact that I am a gunsmith and the grandson of the founder of the Lefevre Arms Company, which must have been in St. Louis. If you're interested, you could come to St. Louis to see me and I'll show you the gun. Yours very truly, Charles Lefevre." Well, Howe was kind of taken aback by that rather bold letter, but so he kind of just set it aside. And Lefevre sends another letter. It basically says, "If you're not interested in my gun, I'll sell it to somebody else." So Howe gets on a train and goes to St. Louis and looks at the design, and the design became the Model 25. It took a lot of engineering. They had to do all the stamps, and even to this day they still have some of the intricate details in stamping. This is one of the hardest watercolor illustrations I've done. The detail that the original metal engravers did, and you know Lefevre had to be involved, is really outstanding. I'm glad the corporation that owns Daisy kept it even in China. The original engraver put in the hunter and a goose and a goose. That is really nice work that they did in Plymouth, Michigan back in the day. In 1914, it was introduced to the general public, just in time for World War I. This sort of does look like a trench shotgun, doesn't it? Daisy ended up selling, by 1976, when Charles Howe wrote this book, it had already sold 8 million, and who knows how many is sold almost 50 years after that. So it's still one of the most popular BB guns out there, and I see why. I have already shot it a few times just to play around with it. This is a lot of fun. The Model 25 is a little different on how you cock it. Sometimes it's called the trombone cocking lever, like that, and it allows you to shoot pretty quick. Shooting at the spinners down there, 5 yards away. This is just a preliminary test. I've already shot at this. It's approximately 5 yards away. The BBs on the Model 25 do not pour into a reservoir, they go into a tube. The muzzle end, you unscrew that, and out comes this shot tube and the barrel. Once you have the barrel and the BB tube out, there is a spring mounted thing here. You have to slide the spring here, press it up there and it's now locked. Then you put the BB in here. The first BBs I'm going to test will be the Daisy Premiums, which are your standard Daisy BBs there. And then you just put them in one by one. And when you get it loaded, you slide it back in and screw it back up. I'm going to run the Crony on Daisy. I decided to go ahead and purchase some Crossman copperheads since a lot of people use them. And we've got the Hornaday. The smooth polish is meant for more like your 49-9B, the precision BB gun, but we'll try it here and see if it helps on the speed any. Might as well use this opportunity in this video to introduce my new chronograph. I have had good luck with my Caldwells. I tried using puck lights inside, it didn't work, so I finally bought this premium kit and it's worked really good so far. It includes the lights. Go start with the Daisy BBs first. 284. We'll continue doing that for about 30 different shots and I'll give you the results. Before we go to the stats and the cool art, let's have a little bit of fun. I'm shooting from approximately 7 yards, shooting with what I think is the best BB of the three. The wood on the Model 25 is similar to that of the Red Ryder. The stock is almost the same except it's not engraved. Wood handle here is what they used to call the Tootsie Roll type of handle. It looks nice and is easy to maneuver. And then here you see the engraving. This model has changed quite a bit over the years as far as stock. I think the early models were probably a better quality of wood. Then they switched to a hard plastic, and I'm not sure exactly when they switched back. It may have been after they moved the production of this from Arkansas to China. Oh. 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 That's pretty fun. Stay tuned for the stats. Here's the stats from 3 different pellets: the Daisy Premium BB, the Hornaday Smooth, and the Crossman Copperhead. The Daisy Precision BB had an average speed of 285, kinetic energy of 0.92, standard deviation of 1.3. The Hornaday was my fastest, but all these are fairly close. It was at 287 feet per second. Kinetic energy was just a little bit more at 93, and the standard deviation was 1.6. The Crossman Copperhead was 282 feet per second, 0.92 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, and a standard deviation of 2.4. All this is fairly good. When I chose which BB to use at the part that just preceded this, that was based on the shingle test, which I will show you here. The Hornaday penetration test. I've already shot 2, approximately 10 feet. 5 out of 5. Daisy penetration test. The copperhead penetration test. I don't know why the Hornaday was 5 for 5 and the copperhead was a couple and the Daisy BB didn't penetrate. A difference of only 1/10 of a foot-pound. I would really like to get the speed up to 300 feet per second. Once that BB hits 300 feet per second, it'll get to 1 foot-pound. I was considering follow-up video, something to boost that speed up just to about 20 feet per second. I contacted Mark at Cobalt 327 and asked him if he had anything. He recommended just leaving it alone because all the things that people have tried haven't worked in his opinion. And in the second source, Shane at Resto Mod Daisy, I noticed he hadn't done any Model 25 modifications, so there's probably something to it. I guess we're just going to have to leave it at just below 300 feet per second and just below 1 foot-pound. I'm putting in a brick sidewalk. Still can't stop me from shooting from 5 yards. 2 more targets to shoot. We'll do this real quick. That is the Daisy Red Ryder BB gun target with the standard Daisy Red Ryder circle target. And I'll shoot Daisy BBs at that. And this is your 5-meter competition for the 499B. We will try that from 5 yards, and I'll be using Hornaday BBs on that. The 25 sight is a flip sight, so we've got the blade, but for this kind of shooting I'm going to switch to the peep sight and just take my glasses off. Now for the 5-meter competition target at 5 yards using Hornaday smooth polish BBs. I think that was 10, but just to make sure. Well guys, I had the remote camera set up perfect. The only problem was I had it on taking a still photo and not on video. So we didn't get the video, but let's take a look at the results. The Daisy BB was a decent shot group, a little bigger than a quarter. Then I switched over to the Hornadays. It's a very tight shot group. It's definitely not that bad for spring BB gun design that's well over 100 years old. I'd say it's a good thing Mr. Ho took the trip to St. Louis from Detroit, because here we are today with a really fun BB gun. I enjoyed making this one. I hope you enjoyed viewing it. Oh, and if you did, please press the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate any new subscribers I could get. Thanks.